and many of these books and many of these holy objects have Sanskrit written on them. The praying wheels here have Sanskrit written on them. Yeah, and he kept saying, this is borrowed from India, this is borrowed from India. And it was incredible. So I just finished my 2-hour long English guided tour with an actual Tibetan monk who has been studying here for 20 years. And I'm right now in Labrang Monastery in Gansu province. This is the biggest Tibetan monastery in China outside of Tibet. It took me forever to get here. It took me 5 hours from the airport to get here. I was like really worried if I'll make it or not. This monk, his name was Dongji, explained like the essence of Buddhism to me, explained the differences between Tibetan Buddhism and like Chinese monks and Indian monks, and he went into detail about what life means for him, what life should mean for people, about the way monks live here, what they do. And it was just so fascinating. And you know the best part, I came here during the national holidays and I was worried it would be so crowded, but it wasn't crowded at all. I got a one-on-one tour with the monk, and the entire time I was the only person he was speaking to because I was the only English speaker around. And though some Chinese people joined us in between, and they helped me take pictures and take a picture with him as well, but more or less it was just him showing me around and telling me about things. And he told me the story of one of the statues in this monastery that is of a Shakyamuni, and he was saying that years ago there was a fire and all the statues burned down except for that one. And then I got to see the yak butter sculptures, and along with the books that are here, these holy objects that they keep like from years and years ago. And many of these books and many of these holy objects have Sanskrit written on them. The praying wheels here have Sanskrit written on them. He kept relating whatever he was talking to me about with India, and he kept saying, this is borrowed from India, this is borrowed from India. And it was incredible. Being here, it's just so peaceful. And I wanted to record everything before even I forget. Because when he talked about life, when he talked about happiness, when he talked about peace, when he talked about like, do you even know your purpose in life? And I'm like, don't we all want to figure that out? But it was just, the conversation was at a level that I felt that he had read 25 philosophy books written in Sanskrit and Tibetan. And even if I try, I would not be able to replicate everything that he told me, but I would just say that I am incredibly lucky that I got a chance to come here and come here at a time like this. And yeah, turns out there is a holiday in the monastery as well, which is why I got that one-on-one tour, because most of the monks are gone and there aren't many people here. But it was incredible.